Hello and welcome in to another week's episode of Allen Athletics here on Watch Fox 57. I'm Kay Crenshaw. So happy to have you along on this week's episode as we will recap what was a fun week here on the campus of Allen University as the Yellow Jacket family celebrated homecoming 2024. And they celebrated with a big-time football victory as head football coach Cedric Pearl led the Yellow Jackets to a 41-3 dominating win over SIE Foe Central State this past Saturday. And Coach Pearl is going to join us on the program to recap that big win and also look ahead as a trophy is on the line this week for the Allen football team as they will do battle in the AME Classic down in Jacksonville, Florida against Edward Waters. That's Saturday, November the 9th. We'll also move over from the gridiron to the hardwood later on, and head men's basketball coach Sean Walker will stop by and join us as the start of the season is just around the corner for our basketball programs. It all gets going on Friday, November the 8th for the men's basketball team. They'll have home games against Tampa and Eckerd College on November the 8th and 9th. That's this upcoming weekend. So Coach Walker is going to join us and preview the start to the season and that matchup against the University of Tampa. All that and more coming up here on Allen Athletics.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University. where hidden gems are revealed.
We're back here on Allen Athletics, joined by Allen head football coach Cedric Pearl. Coach, congrats on the homecoming win. 41-3. Safe to say you guys took care of business, right?
Right. Well, finally, we finished, and the kids, that feeling, I told them to enjoy that feeling and don't forget it, and we need to replicate that one more weekend. But that's the output that we've been looking for all year, man. The guys play a complete football game.
What was it about Saturday that saw just everything click offensively?
Well, I just think we stayed consistent, and we only had 2 mistakes, what I call the penalty that we got, the personal foul that happened right there on the sideline between one of their players and I know our quarterback. That was the only negative play we had that day, and that's key, and that's what we've been talking about all year. We're not a very good offense when we play behind the sticks. And we didn't do that at all Saturday, but that one drive, and guess what? We ended up punting. So I think we only punted twice Saturday, which was outstanding for us. And it was just a culmination of everything coming together, man, in all 3 phases. You know, we blocked kicks, we scored, obviously 41 points on offense, and the defense shut them out to just a field goal.
As great as Trevor Bywater has been for you as a punter, how good did it feel not to see him jog on the field until the 4th quarter?
It's always great, man. When we have our special team meetings on Sunday, it's the 2 people you want talking. The kickoff team coach and the PAT field goal team coach, because that means we're scoring points and kicking the ball off. So we never want to hear Coach Boulware talking. He coaches the punt team no more than 1 or 2 times. That means we're doing a great job, man. So that's what you want. That's what you go into a game wanting, not to have to punt the ball.
Coach, mentioning that special teams unit defensively, for the first time all season you blocked 2 kicks in a single game. Both Joshua Burley and Jayshon Benjamin were able to deflect kicks. How critical was that in keeping momentum on your side?
Very critical. Well, we've been close, but no cigar in blocking kicks. We blocked one at Kentucky, but the ball went forward and we ended up touching it and they got back possession. So, I mean, we blocked it, but it really didn't count. But this ball game, we really got a chance to get 2 of them. And whenever you block a kick, it's just been tried and true. Most time you win those football games, and we were able to block 2, and you see the result.
Well, Coach, your quarterback on Saturday performed extremely well. Jameer Dismukes, 12 for 14, 265, and a trio of touchdowns to go along with it. How do you look back as his first season at Allen has gone from that season opener to now having that type of performance? What progress has he made?
Growth, I would say, is number 1. He's now to the point now at the end of the year, and that's why we always talk about it being a process. First year starting quarterback, came in August, didn't have a spring, where he's getting comfortable, where he can see things on the field now and recommend checks, where he can check off, which shows that growth. And I'm excited about this week and also the spring. And I know I'm jumping forward to next year, but just to see him out there on the field next year, he'll be a field general. There'll be no thinking involved. But it's good to see his progress and his growth, and you get the chance to see it every Saturday on the field when you come to our games.
Coach, there's not much I can sneak past you. You're not one for surprises, but it was just announced as we're sitting here, Dismukes has been named HBCU National Player of the Week this week by Box to Row Media. What does that type of honor mean for your program? And you mentioned the growth for the future.
Well, it's great for him and our program. You know, it allows kids around the country to see that our guys are being recognized for their outstanding play. And that's what we want for our kids, on and off the field too as well. So I'm proud. Yeah, you surprised me on that one. Didn't know that one, but that's truly an honor for, and I'm excited for Dismuke winning that. That's great for our program too as well.
Well, we mentioned about surprises, and I think one of the surprises of the season is how big of a role and how well of a role Fabian Duncan has played for your team at running back on Saturday. He became just the 2nd player in program history in the NCAA era with 3 rushing touchdowns in a single game. Joined his older teammate, Bo Harrington, in that category. But for Fabian Duncan, much the same question I'll ask you, similar to Dismukes. For him, that first game, he didn't make the travel roster. Right. He was not in the mix for you, but because of some injuries and different guys playing different roles, he stepped into that starting tailback, and safe to say he's taken full advantage of it.
Right. Well, we wanted depth at that position because we knew we were going to be a run-first football team. So you coming into the season, you got Bo Harrington, who was 2nd team all-conference preseason running back. We felt good about the running back room, and we had Kenny Wilkins on campus too as well. What those guys got injured right away. Bo breaking his shoulder versus Livingstone, and Kenny tearing his MCL the next week. I think it was either Miles or maybe Albany State, one of them. and Duncan stepped right in. And we knew he was always going to be a good running back, but he had to shake the rust off, being out of football a few years. And again, the growth. It's just like with Dismuke. Those guys he's a freshman and they're growing, and you see the production that they are able to get. The more comfortable they get, the better they're playing.
41-3 over Central State. It was a fun day this past Saturday for the Allen football team. It was also a fun day for all the fans. It was homecoming. That's always a special time. Coach, how was your first homecoming at Allen?
It was great. It was great. It was outstanding. We had a great crowd, and we won the football game. That's number one. And that's what I tell the team about all week. You know, the step shows and the bonfires and all those things are great, but everybody always remember the score to the homecoming game. So that was very important for us to get that victory for our alums and everyone to truly enjoy the weekend.
It was a fun homecoming week, but this week it's trophy week and a rivalry game. We'll preview the Yellow Jackets' upcoming matchup at Edward Waters when we come back.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead. Whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community, we're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
Back here on Allen Athletics with head coach Cedric Pearl. Coach, this week, hardware is on the line. It's trophy week for your team as you step into the AME Classic down in Jacksonville against Edward Waters. First off, is there much preaching you have to do to your team this week when a trophy's on the line?
No, they started talking about this, especially the older guys, the seniors, started talking about the trophy and the history and the rivalry of the game on Sunday. Really, Saturday after the game, it was like Edward Waters. It's time for Edward Waters. So I understand the importance of the game. It was explained to me when I took the job that this is the one. And so, you know, we're getting prepared as best as we can and get ready to travel down to Jacksonville on Friday.
3 of your last 4 games have carried a lot of emotions involved in them. You had the rivalry game against Benedict, you have the homecoming game this past weekend, and now the AME Classic. Is it a similar message you're sharing with the team about making sure you maintain and keep your composure in such emotional games?
Yes, you have to, because discipline is always the key to winning. And the least penalized team or the team that make the least mistakes is going to win the football game. So discipline, you can't escape it. It's the key. And it's the foundation of success, especially in athletics and in life.
Well, taking a look at an Edward Waters squad, they haven't had the season they might have been looking for in the win-loss total, but no doubt that coaching staff has really turned around that program in recent years. What are you expecting from them?
An outstanding game. You know, in games like this, the records don't matter anyway. So, you know, we looking past the records, and we understand that this is the last game. We always preach you want to win your last football game. Whether it's a championship or whether it's a rivalry game or just your last football game in general. You want to win the last one going into next season. So that's what we're preaching, and we're getting ourselves prepared as best we can to go down there and take on Edward Waters.
down in Duval County in Jacksonville, Florida. That's not too bad of a drive, so we expect the Big Allen faithful to make the trip down there. Coach, as you take a look at them offensively and defensively, what do they do well?
Offensively, they go fast. They do a lot of substitutions at the last minute, so you have to be ready to adjust to their formations. Even right before they snap the ball, they'll run people on and off while they're lined up. And they'll get into several different formations. Same thing defensively. They have multiple schemes, so we have to be prepared and know what scheme they're in and know how to attack it when we see it. And the guys on the field as well to communicate those things. So they bring a big challenge, and it should be a great game.
You mentioned those last-minute changes and switch-ups. Is that something your team has really become accustomed to? Because I know your defense does that a lot. You'll have 4 guys down, and all of a sudden everyone is shuffling around. It's like you're shuffling the deck of cards all of a sudden at the last moment before you deal them out. What goes into that thought process defensively about moving guys around that last possible second?
Well, it's just like anything. You want to cause confusion for the offense. And our defense does a great job of stemming and lining up in one front and then changing to another one right before the ball snap. That changes the rules for the offensive line up front. So they have to make a call like immediately, and if they don't, that's why you see one of our blue jerseys end up in the backfield. So that's the reason why we do it, and we also kind of stem and move around on offense too, but not as much as defense, but we do. And it creates the same thing. You know, we line up in one formation, they make one call, and then we move and stem to another one. Then they have to adjust. You know, you're always trying to get people out of position on the football field, and that's what it's all about.
Coach, one final time this season, what's the injury report look like for the Yellow Jackets?
We should be okay for this one. We didn't have too many major injuries from last week. I think Tyreshon Freeman, you know, he might have hurt his shoulder, the same bumps and bruises. We had a couple of guys with body cramps, but that's just from dehydration. All they had to do was get fluids, and those guys will be back. So I think the guys from last week that got the bumps and bruises should be able to play this week.
Well, Coach, go win back that trophy and bring it back home here to Allen University this weekend, and we'll catch up with you next week and recap what has been a fast-paced 2024 season. Can't believe it's over.
I know. I know. I wish I could grab 2 or 3 more games and put them in the back end and keep playing, but we understand.
Coach, safe travels and bring back the trophy.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's the plan.
We'll be back.
All right.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University, where hidden gems are revealed.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
We're back here on Allen Athletics, heading over to the men's basketball side of things with head coach Sean Walker. Coach, the season's finally here. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I mean, it's here now, so there's no reason for it not to be. November 4th was Division I tip-off, and I had an opportunity to watch a lot of games yesterday, ESPN Plus, ESPN2, fell asleep on a big game last night. So it is an exciting time. This is November Madness, like March Madness ends the year, and so we get our chance at it at the end of the week, and we're definitely looking forward to it.
The University of Tampa will come to Columbia later this week. We'll preview that one coming up. First, Coach, you look back, your team did have an exhibition game a few weeks back against a Division I opponent in Campbell. Maybe not the win-loss result you might have been looking for. We're just looking to get better in that game. 2 weeks since, how has your team progressed?
I'll tell you what, we were able to learn a lot about ourselves that night. We knew that we were not ready, 100% ready. We did a lot of great things. We did things out there that certainly we needed to practice and get better on. And so we focused on those things in the last couple of weeks. Probably overkill on my side, making sure that we are super prepared for just the fundamental aspects of the game, handling pressure, neutralizing pressure, being able to move the ball, understanding where we're supposed to be, and what I've now deemed being assignment correct. And so my players have been hearing these things about being in the right place at the right time and making plays when you need to, assignment correction, so to speak. And so we're looking forward to seeing what that does for us as the games now begin to count.
This time last year, you were beginning to coach your first game here at Allen, and it was also against Tampa and a tournament down in Florida. As you look back at that one, I know you said all last year, you just didn't feel like your team was ready at that moment for that game because you were all still learning this new system. What adjustments have you made heading into that Tampa game this year to make sure your squad's ready?
Well, I've spent a lot of time, and when I say a lot of time, really watching the Tampa game from last year. And then watching that game and kind of seeing how we were able to develop moving throughout the course of the year. There's not a lot of adjustments that I say we will make, but there's more emphasis that we need to make on doing the small things. We need to get back in transition. We need to know how to get back in transition. We need to, when the shot goes up, we talk about not watching the ball and trying to box out simultaneously. We got to take care better of the ball. I mean, of course, last year as a team overall, we turned the ball over 18 plus times a game. That's losing basketball. So we'll be better prepared for Tampa this year. Tampa is a large task. Going into Sunshine Conference is a large task for us. But I'm excited to see they beat us convincingly last year. They scored 46 points in the first half against us. That is a no-no. And so I'm looking for us to at least compete a lot better this year.
Coach, there's an argument, although this is a University of Tampa squad that is a Division II team, they could easily make that move up to the Division I level. What are they going to present you on the floor?
Oh, man, they're going to, it's going to be a program that's going to walk in here with 10 full scholarships. Guys are getting Pell Grant back in their pockets. I don't know if they've got NIL or not. Well, last year when we walked into the facility, guys looked around and said, wow. Well, this year they've got a transfer from the University of Iowa. They've got multiple transfers. They've got a coach's son that plays inside, who's their best player, in my opinion, Dave Lato's son. I can't think of his first name right now, but Carson, I think his name is Carson Lato, 6'8", 230, who's a man. So Tampa causes some serious problems for us and any team that they were to play against. They've got a championship coach, a guy who won a national championship a couple of years ago, who's has been a Division I head coach and has done very well over the years. The challenge is going to be certainly there. It's going to be a big one. But I like to say that opposed to looking at it as a challenge, it's an opportunity for us. It's a major opportunity. We have a chance this year to play home. Hopefully Tampa will walk in this building and say, wow, the same way. They may say, wow, opposite of what we did, and I hope they do. So we've got to come out here and bring a hard hat mentality to this game. I do expect us to compete and compete well, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the weekend. Whatever happens, happens, but we're planning to come and compete in a major way.
Coach, this answer I'm going to ask you can change as the season goes on, and most likely will, but heading into Game 1, what do you feel like are the strengths of your basketball team?
Well, I tell you what, we have multiple ball handlers this year. Last year, I think we played with one primary ball handler who actually led the league in assists and was actually our best player. We're 3 or 4 guys deep at that point guard spot this year, and then the guys that we play on the wing are really good with the ball. I think we touched the paint a little bit better this year and be able to do some things with the ball. My interior play, I'm returning essentially 3 guys that played minutes last year between the 4 and the 5 spot. That's going to help us. And we're 3 deep in every position. Now, it's not that we're 3 deep because we're so great, but we're 3 deep and we're like one another, all right? We can substitute and play guy number 2 and substitute and play guy number 3, and they're just as close to the top as they are the bottom. And so I like that to be the case. We'll play by committee. We'll play super disciplined, and we'll play defense and play fundamentally sound, and hopefully that serves us well when we play against people who, may have more good players than we do pound for pound.
Well, Coach, I hope the preseason has treated you well. What's the injury report look like for your team?
We're relatively healthy. We did have a injury with B.J. Francis, who we brought in as a point guard, and would have played a lot of minutes for us right now. So he has got an MCL tear or MCL sprain, whatever it is. So we're not quite sure what it's going to look like for him moving through the year. But that's the reason that we go out and recruit multiple bodies at multiple positions so that, we know things happen. That's an act of God. So we do hope that he gets healthy and he can come back and join us. But if he doesn't, I think we have capable players that are ready to compete and that can serve us well.
Coach, we're 2 days out from year 2 for you here at Allen. What are these next 2 days going to look like for you and the team?
Well, 2 days for us, for me, is great because I've spent April, May, June, July, August, September, October, now into November trying to figure out how to diminish those 15 losses that we had a year ago. And so with that being said, obviously it brings about excitement, but I also know I don't have to play. My playing days are over, all right? And so the excitement needs to be from the young people that are in my locker room, those guys that are going to go out there and play, and hopefully we've served them well in terms of preparing them and coaching them, and if we did not do so, then we won't have the success that we need on Saturday, and I'll revamp and do it again on the following week. So that's the greatest part about coaching. Coaching is like cutting grass. You take your mower and you push it. You probably don't know much about a push mower, but you take it and push it, and you look back and you see one little strip that you cut, and you got to turn the mower around, and you see that you made a little bit of progress every strip that you cut. Before it's all over, you get the whole yard cut. Looks real pretty. Then it's time to cut it again. So this is what we'll do on Friday and Saturday. Two tough opponents from regional opponents in a very, very tough league that are going to be good teams, and we're going to be a good team. We've got to go out and play good people and beat good people.
Coach, your motto's move the cheese. Maybe we need to go mow the grass too.
Hey, the cheese is in the grass.
Coach, best of luck on Friday, and thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
And that'll close things out for us this week on Allen Athletics. A special thanks to head football coach Cedric Pearl for stopping by, and good luck to the Allen football team this Saturday in the AME Classic at Edward Waters down in Jacksonville, Florida. And also thanks to head men's basketball coach Sean Walker, who came by the program and previewed the Yellow Jackets' upcoming start to the season for their 2024-25 campaign. As always, you can catch scores, schedules, recaps, rosters, and more online at auyellowjackets.com. Again, that's auyellowjackets.com online. I'm Kay Crenshaw saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as always, remember to smile.